So we are back as Sports Analytica, and in this edition we want to look at the top 10 best fullbacks at 25 and under. The fullback position has gone through a lot of evolutionary changes down the years, and in initial times they were seen as just wide defenders moving along the pitch. But in recent times we've seen how managers have tried to exploit this position and trying to give them an edge and an advantage moving forward for their sides. And we've seen fullbacks who tend to overlap most of the time. We've seen those who tend to put in early crosses and those who even want to dictate the tempo of the game in recent times. And we've seen greats such as Paolo Maldini for Milan in Italy. We've seen the Brazilian Cafu, who has done great things for AC Milan as well, and the German great in Philipp Lahm, who has proven to be a genius at that position. So in this edition we want to look at the top 10 best fullbacks at 25 and under, how you feel can go on to become top class and world class fullbacks in the coming years. So at number 10 we have Reece James of Chelsea. The 20-year-old right back played in his first full season for Chelsea in the just ended season, and in the Premier League he was able to come up with 2 assists with an 85.9% pass success, telling you a lot about his passing abilities. 0.8 shots per game, 1.5 aerial duels won, 1.5 tackles per game, and 0.9 interceptions per game. This guy has all the defensive qualities of someone who can become a great fullback in the future. And with 1 key pass per game as well as 42.3 passes per game, his passing game, his distribution aspects of his development can be one that can go through a lot of changes and improvements. And so Reece James at number 10 for us. As number 9 is the Frenchman Nordi Mukiele, who plies his trade in Germany with RB Leipzig and playing at the right back position at the age of 22. This guy has a lot of good defensive qualities up his sleeve. In the Bundesliga last season, he came up with 3 goals and an assist, with 0.9 shots per game, 2.4 tackles per game, 1.9 interceptions per game, and 2.1 clearances per game. This guy has the physical attributes to become a strong stalwart at the right back position for Leipzig over long years if he is to stay for a while. And who knows, he may actually attract big clubs coming up for his signature, and he may go on to become one of the best fullbacks the game has ever seen. So at number 8 we have Sergio Reguilon, the young Spanish fullback who likes his trade for Real Madrid. Spent last season on loan at Sevilla, where he topped it all off with success in the Europa League. And in current times, he's being attracted or linked to a move to Manchester United. And in La Liga last season, he was able to come up with 2 goals and 4 assists, 0.9 shots per game, 1.8 tackles per game, telling you a lot about how well he can actually win balls for his side. 1.3 key passes per game, as well as 1.6 dribbles per game, also tells you a lot about his attacking abilities going forward. And he was fouled 1.5 times per game in La Liga, telling you how much of a threat the opposition saw him. So Reguilon is someone who's been really great in his loan spell at Sevilla and has attracted a number of clubs for his signature. And even though he has fallen out of favor with Real Madrid, he may go on to become a very good top class fullback in the years to come. So at number 7 we have Theo Hernandez, who plies his trade in Italy with AC Milan. The 22-year-old left back is one who has gone through a lot of, ups and downs in his career, in his young career. And in the Serie A last season, he was able to come up with 6 goals and 3 assists, 1.5 shots per game, 1.3 key passes per game, telling you a whole deal about how good this guy is on the attacking aspects of his football. With 84.3 pass success percentage, I'm sure that also tells you a lot about how well he's able to distribute balls to his teammates where the need arises. 1.5 aerial duels per game, as well as 1.7 tackles per game and 1.3 interceptions per game, tells you a lot about his defensive capabilities as well. And this guy has just been great for AC Milan in the just ended season and building out on a number of occasions. So Theo Hernandez is sort of an attacking fullback who can go on to become a very great player, and we hope to see him becoming one of the finest fullbacks the game has ever seen. So at number 6 we have the Frenchman Benjamin Pavard, the 24-year-old right back who has featured on the periphery for Bayern on the most part of last season. Is one known famously for his worthy of a goal against Argentina in the 2018 World Cup round of 16 game. And for this season in the Bundesliga with Bayern, he was able to come up with 4 goals and 4 assists, 0.7 shots per game, and with an impressive 88.7 pass success percentage. This guy is good in distributing balls for his teammates and keeping the flow of the game on. And with 2.3 aerial duels won per game, again, his physical aspects seem to be really impressive. 1.6 interceptions per game, as well as 1.8 clearances per game, gives him an edge in terms of winning balls for his side. And with 69.6 passes per game, again, tells you a lot about how well he's able to keep on with the possessive style of play in Bavaria, and he's been really impressive since his move from Stuttgart. So Pavard can go on to become a top-class fullback in the right back position, and we hope to see him, with his consistency, being a top player. At number 5 is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, the 22-year-old right back playing his trade at Manchester United, put on a class of a performance in his first season at Old Trafford, and in the Premier League he was able to come out with 4 assists with an 81.3% pass success rate. Again, that is quite impressive for a fullback. 3.7 tackles per game, 1.9 interceptions per game, and then 1.7 clearances per game. Tells you a lot about how good this guy is in his defensive aspects. He's been a rock at the back for United the whole of last season, and he deserves the players coming his way. And we hope to see this guy progressing to become a very good and astute fullback who can be very consistent for United and for the English national team as well. And he has 1.5 dribbles per game, telling you a lot about how adventurous he can be in trying to pose an attacking threat against opposition. So we have Aaron Wan-Bissaka at number 5 for us. Number 4 is the 21-year-old Moroccan right back Achraf Hakimi, who recently completed a deal to Italian giants Inter Milan, and he spent the last 2 years on loan at Borussia Dortmund, where he was able to come up with great performances, and I'm sure Madrid would probably be regretting not being able to tie him down for a long-term contract. And in his last season for Dortmund, he was able to come up with 10 assists and 5 goals in the Bundesliga, 2.2 dribbles per game, 84.9 pass success percentage, which is very impressive, 1.2 shots per game, telling you a lot about how he can go forward and actually pose a threat to opposition, and 1.8 tackles per game, as well as 0.9 interceptions per game, giving you a lot of information about how great this guy can be in trying to win balls for his side. So with a recent move to Italy with Inter Milan, I'm sure Conte will be relishing to see his new wing back featuring really great for Inter Milan, who are trying to get back to the summit of Italian football. And Achraf Hakimi is probably the best person to help him get there, and so he's at number 4 for us. Number 3, we have someone who can actually play in a number of positions, but was used more effectively this season for the Bavarians at the right back position, and that's no other than the 25-year-old Joshua Kimmich, who was very influential in Bayern's treble-winning campaign in the just ended footballing season. So in the Bundesliga, he was able to come up with 7 assists and 4 goals, 2.3 key passes per game, telling you a lot about how this guy can be pivotal in trying to open up defensive lockups by opposition in trying to get goals for his side. 77.2 passes per game and an impressive 90.1 pass success rate throughout the Bundesliga last season. 1.9 crosses per game, 5.8 long balls per game, as well as 1.6 tackles per game, telling you how well this guy is actually using both his technical gifts as well as defensive gifts, trying to be very effective at the right back position for the Bavarians. And Joshua Kimmich has stated himself as probably one of the best players to grace the game for Germany and even in world football, and it's no surprise to see him in our list as the 3rd best fullback at 25 and under. So at number 2, we have the 19-year-old left back playing his trade for Bayern Munich, who had a breakthrough season that just ended 2019-2020 footballing season, and that's no other than Alphonso Davies. And in the Bundesliga last season, he was able to come up with 3 goals and 5 assists, with impressive stats in his passing, with an 86.5% pass success rate, 2.4 tackles per game, 1.1 interceptions per game, 1.2 clearances per game, as well as 2.8 dribbles per game. This guy has it all. And in initial times at Vancouver, he was being used as a left winger, but has made the left back position his own in Bavaria, and as such has been exploiting his attacking capabilities and trying to make the left back position more flexible, and that has given an edge to Bayern having this guy in that position. And we can see this guy going on to become a top class fullback in years to come. He has shown his class in the Champions League, where they actually won, and he gave Semedo a run for his money in that game. So we have Alphonso Davies at number 2 for us, and he can go on to become a very top fantastic fullback in the near future. So at the summit, we have Trent Alexander-Arnold, the 21-year-old right back playing straight for Liverpool, who recently won a PFA Young Player of the Year award as well. Has been a fantastic player for Liverpool in recent years. And in the Premier League last season, he was able to come up with 4 goals and 13 assists. That's very impressive for a fullback. 1.2 shots per game, 1.2 interceptions per game, 1.8 clearances per game, as well as 2.3 key passes per game. Telling you a lot about how he can actually dictate the tempo of the game from his side. And that is a very, should I say, novel way I think the fullback position is being exploited in recent times. And 64 passes per game, as well as 2.1 crosses per game, with 5.1 long balls per game. It tells you a lot about this guy's vision and how well he's suited for that position and being more or less of a weapon for Liverpool so far. And he's just 21 years of age and he has a long way to go. And even at this age, he's been just fantastic. And we long to see how well this guy can become a top class, a world class fullback at that, in coming years. And that is why we have him at number 1 for us in our list. So we hope you enjoyed our selection of the players that we have as the best fullbacks at 25 and under. And we hope to get your comments on what you think about our selection. And don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more content from Sports Analytica. We hope to see you soon and we'll talk to you in a while.
It's like the street lights lit this town, like a